to expand the success that we're already having with our email marketing program. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about the biggest roadblock that was holding people back, which was basically being able to get the email list. Everyone saw value in the program that we were doing, but the one big deterrent was email. So that's where this course was basically born out of, the desires that quickly everyone can immediately build a prospect email list. So with that, I want to go ahead and get started. So you're sitting here because you understand the value of email marketing. We've had tremendous success with our program. We've generated all kinds of really, really good results for members, some of which being within six months, one of our target members, Safari Telecom, they sold over $100,000 in new system sales. We tried it out with VoiceSmart as well. Within the first 2 months, we sold over $50,000 in new sales. And we've had members all across the country basically seeing the advertisements, increasing our members' brand equity, and customers calling in basically asking to find out, okay, well, what other things do you have going on? So they're basically asking to be cross-sold. So we have had a tremendous amount of success with our email marketing program. And the reasons why that's been working is, one, this was built for a UC owner or CEO that has no spare time. The way our system works is basically within 15 minutes after you get the initial setup done, you can start scheduling out campaigns over and over and over. So you can basically put your, like, a year's worth of marketing on autopilot in about 15 minutes. Then after you get everything set up, it's completely hands-off. You don't have to spend too much time managing it. If you want to make little changes, you can, but it's basically hands-off. And the only time, this is really what makes our marketing program different, is the only time it alerts you is when it's already worked. We don't have to go learn cost per click, click through opt-in rates, conversion rates, headlines, and all that stuff. We take all that pain out of it, do it for you, and it just delivers warm leads to your salespeople so that they can just make a call and take action from it. I'm assuming that everyone here has been exposed to the Tag email marketing program. If you have any questions about it, please let me know. But today's class is focused on the primary stopping point that kept a lot of our members out. So to date, we've had, millions of dollars in leads generated for a giant lead pool for everyone that's in Tag. And the only problem, and the only thing that was holding people back from doing it was they didn't have a list. So that's what this webinar specifically addresses. Now, members, the first thing that they ask is, they go, okay, well, let's just go buy a list. Well, there's a couple problems with that. So first of all are the canned spam laws, which basically it regulates spam very tightly. Any of the email marketing solutions that you use to send out email marketing stuff, they basically all have to adhere to canned spam laws, which they basically enable people to opt out whenever they get on the list. So buying a list, you can, not only is it against the law, it's also not very effective if you've ever tried this yourself, because no one is opted in, no one likes getting spam, and that's kind of the basic truth. The golden rule of life: if you don't like it, don't do it to others, because it's not going to be effective. So buying a list is kind of out. Now there are 5 places where you already have everyone's email address, and a lot of people overlook these as far as places where they can go and just already start building out an email list, and we're going to walk you through this process right now. So the first place you can look is in your existing CRM. The second place you can look is that stack of business cards that you've been collecting over the years from going to all the networking events. The third place is LinkedIn. Fourth is Facebook. And lastly, any other email accounts you may have, especially personal email accounts. So now specifically, how do we go through and extract the data from each one of these and get it in a workable way of using it. In our CRM, these are going to be different based on everything that you have. I know in TigerPaw, there's an easy button where you can just hit export and then it pulls everything out. The same is true for most CRMs, that you make it very easy for you to get your data in and out and in and out. So once you've done this, this takes, less than 5 minutes to do. Go find the export key, hit export, then just send it over to us, specifically send it to AJ, because he'll be the one that starts helping you get the whole marketing program up and running. Now, how do you actually build the list with your static cards? So this takes about 10 minutes to do. What you need to do is, in the past, no one was able to get and really harness the power of all the business cards that they've been collecting, because it was a pain to have to go through and manually write down every single email address, until they've come up with card scanning apps. Now, these have been around for a while now, but they're finally at the point where the integrity of the data holds true. So all you have to do now is you take a picture of a business card, and then you send it. You can either use a scanning app. They have some that are scanning services. Just go ahead and look in the app store for any of those. If you are, if you can't do either of those for any reason, you can always hire an intern and then just have them enter them into an Excel sheet. Good places to look there are, look for one of your coworkers' children, or you can even hire a college student to input that data into an Excel sheet themselves, or you just have them reach out and call the customer base. Say, hey, Mr. Customer, this is the email address we have on file. That's the best one to reach you. We're just, making sure our records are up to date. Now, the first two methods, you may have already known those. Right now, I want to show you how you do it in LinkedIn. So even as I do this, if you want to do it along with me, you can extract the data right now on this call. So first thing you have to do is you have to log into your LinkedIn page. What you're going to do is you're going to hover over the connections part. Let me draw a little arrow there. Okay. Well, it's right over the top. So hover over connections, right where it says keep in touch. You're going to click on that. That's going to take you to the next screen, which will look something like this. And then you'll look all the way over to the right for a little gear icon. Click on that. Once you've done that, it'll bring you to this page. And then you're going to look once again all the way over to the right at Export LinkedIn Connections. LinkedIn kind of tries to hide this from you just because they have to make it available, but they don't necessarily like it. They kind of make it a bit of a pain to get this. So you just click that button all the way to the right, Export LinkedIn Connections. And then you will have the option to download it. Just make sure that you have it selected as a CSV file. So you're going to do that, you're going to hit Export, and then what's going to happen is it's going to give you some data that looks like this. So it's going to come in like a text file. It's going to be a total pain to work with. So in order to make this cooperate, all you need to do is, so you're going to open it with Excel, and then you got to click a couple buttons. First thing is you got to highlight column A, then hit data, then hit text to columns, delimited, and then select comma. And if you're trying to do this right now and you want me to slow down, don't worry. We have a bunch of extra instructional videos that I'm going to send out after this. So it's a complete no-brainer where you can literally, if you're CEO, you can just take the videos, send it to a marketing admin, and then they can knock it out real quick. And then once you apply all these different settings in Excel, you'll have data that looks like this. First name, last name, email address. So when you get to this point, you're going to go, awesome, great, I have the list. You can send it into AJ, a tag, or you can send it to Atomic 8 Ball, or if you have some other marketing provider that you're going to work with, you can use that. But now you finally have like solid data. Now, there's another process that works just like this in LinkedIn, and I'm sorry, in Facebook. So in Facebook, what you have to do is log into your home page, and then you go click Settings, I believe, and then go to General Account Settings. Scroll down to Download a copy of your Facebook data. And in there, that's where you can go ahead and click, and then it'll give you another, it'll take you through another process similar to the one that we just did with LinkedIn, where they have everything you've ever posted, all of your data. Don't worry, I'll be sending you everyone a video on this after the fact that shows you exactly how to do this. Makes you wait for a little bit, but then it gives you all your data. So yeah, settings, download a copy, and then it will email you a notification when the list is ready. Using your personal email accounts, if you're using Gmail or Outlook, anything like that, they make it also very, very easy to do. There's another video on this that AJ's been putting together for us, and this takes, 5 minutes time as well. It's very simple. So when I did this myself, I went through all these different places. I had about 1,000 people in my Facebook friends, and then I had 500 in LinkedIn, and then another 500 scattered amongst all the others. So that's basically how you get to having a 2,000 person list. So it's going to depend based on all the social networking that you've been doing over the past months and or years for you to have this kind of a list. But now when you have this list, you're sitting there and you're wondering, okay, well, what do I start sending them? Tag already has all the email advertisements ready to go. Maybe I should just start sending them there. And that's where a lot of companies make this first mistake. Because if they can get to that point, then they're on track. But this question always comes up. Wait, shouldn't I keep my business contacts and my personal contacts separate? And our answer is no. You definitely shouldn't do that. Because we talk about above the line prospecting. We're going to, 9 times out of 10, we're going to have a much, much better chance of closing a sale in which we get referred in. And the reason that referrals work is because there's an element of trust. People know who we are. And when we work with people that are in our personal networks, they already know who we are. And it kind of gets us over this barrier and automatically makes it much, much more effective. On top of that, the first question anybody asks when they're meeting us anyway is, what do you do? So they're finding out if you have any online presence at all. They probably already know what it is that you do, and there's no reason to keep these separate anymore. The secret is that you have to go about this in the right way. So first thing you have to do is you have to introduce yourself to them, and you have to have an introductory permission-based email with a passive opt-in. Another thing is you don't want to be hammering them all the time and over-emailing because nobody likes that. And you got to be able to keep your email nice and simple. So I want to show you a way in which I applied this myself. So I had an email that I sent out, picture of my face going, hey, at one point or another, we met face-to-face, shook hands, or we met online or something like that, where I remind them of the relationship and I show them my face. Then in the rest of the email, it says, hey, so here's the news. Here's what I'm doing. I'm working on this new company. This is something that's really, really important to me. I've been sending you emails to this old address. I would like to continue to do that. Is that okay for me to do? Now, I really don't like it when companies are sneaky and they just start marketing to you without asking you for permission. And what you're doing is you're sending them an email that gives them the chance to opt in to this email. So the way I did it was I said, okay, is that okay? Then do nothing. So, and I'm asking them to unsubscribe right now. I says, this is what this is going to be about. This is what you need to do. Like, is this okay with you or not? So the technology solutions that we provide, they are incredibly valuable. They're saving people. They're keeping people from having to close their businesses. So it's absolutely vital that we reach out and ask them. But the one thing that will keep you from getting blacklisted right away is by asking their permission up front. This is the most important email that you need to write, and it needs to be specific to them. Once you get to that point and you send that out and you give everyone a chance to opt in or opt out without being sneaky, without being pushy about it, then the next problem that comes out is, what do I send out next month? We've already got that covered. We've got campaigns on every single marketing topic you could be interested in. And if there is something that you would like us to start doing, we do custom campaigns. We can't do those for everyone. We do them, we get the ideas from everyone because we figure out if it's going to work for everyone in TAG. But if you see something, you have an idea, we do want to hear it, please just reach out. Please just reach out to us and let us know. Hey, I'd really like to see a campaign on such and such topic. Now, once you've done this with yourself, you might be going, well, I don't know if I necessarily have 2,000 contacts in my Facebook, LinkedIn, or all my things. What you do is you just rinse and repeat. So replicate this process with one of the partners in the company. Replicate this process with your salespeople, senior management. And after you've done that, you've essentially tripled your list. It's a really, really simple process and takes very, very little time. All of this is included in regular membership. There's no cost to doing any of this stuff, as well as the email marketing program that we put together. And please just, when you're rich and famous, don't forget about us at TAG. So that gets us to the finish of what I wanted to go through today. Usually these webinars take a lot longer. I understand that everyone's busy, so I'd like to get to the end. Now I want to open it up to questions to see if anybody has questions or concerns.
I have a question. It's Preston.
Sure. Hey, Preston.
Regarding the LinkedIn thing, do you have to have the paid version, or can you do it with the free version?
Nope, you can do it with the free version.
Okay.
Yeah. The trick is, it's just when they give you the data's all messy. And don't worry, we'll be sending out the video that walks you through that explanation once again, so that you have it and you can do it and send it out to everyone. But yeah, you can use it with the free version.
Perfect, thank you.
Any other questions?
Zach, you said you guys prefer not for people to buy lists?
Yeah, they're just really ineffective, and you can get blacklisted. And then if you get blacklisted, it can prevent you from sending out any emails to them. And it's just, yeah, buying lists are not exactly the best way to go down. Okay. Any other?
I got a question. Yeah, I have a question. What would you use to create that initial email to give them the option to opt out?
I mean, that's something simple. Are you using Atomic 8-Ball?
Through TAG, we're putting that out in the newsletter.
Yeah. So if you already have a newsletter going through TAG, you're probably working with Atomic 8-Ball. All we have to do is this one, it's not already included because it needs to be custom. So you want to say, hey, something like, hey, we're friends on Facebook and I'd love to send you important business technology updates. Now, this is what I do for a living. This is what I do for my passion. And we kind of dumb everything down and explain it in layman's terms so this technology actually makes sense to everyone. So I'd like to start sending you these emails, but I don't want to do so without your permission. So if you work with Atomic 8-Ball, you're going to want to do a custom one because it's going to depend on whose list you're sending to. But the elements that make it work is, one, a picture of your face so they can remember who you are. And then you want to basically like call it out right now and say, hey, if you do not want to get these, I want you to unsubscribe. Like, if this is not something you're interested in, please unsubscribe right now. Like, I do not, like, that's the last thing I want to do to you. And just be incredibly upfront about it.
Okay.
So all you have to do is call Atomic 8-Ball, say we want to do like an introductory email doing this, and you just describe that concept to them. And just, I mean, you could write all this stuff out in a Word document, and then just say, we want to send one out like this before we start blasting our list. Does that answer your question?
Okay. Yeah, then we would get the unsubscribed list from Atomic 8-Ball.
Yeah, and I mean, think about it. Like, I just really want to hammer this home. It's like, you want people to unsubscribe at the beginning. Because you only want to be working with people that are heavily engaged. Like, you don't want people that are like, you could have a 20,000 person list, but if you have half of them reporting you to spam, you're going to get shut down. And that's not, and then that kind of derails a lot of things. So you want to just be cognizant of that. The goal is to have, it's way better to have 5,000 people that are completely engaged, actually excited to get this and looking forward to emails, than having 20,000 that resent them.
Right.
Cool. Any other questions?
Hi, this is Preston. Since I'm near Atomic 8-Ball, I don't know how to log on to that or whatever. Do I call you or?
No, you're going to want to call them. AJ, do you have the best number for them to reach for Atomic?
Yeah, so if you guys were to click on the strategic partner page on the TAG website, you're actually able to go in there, click on Atomic 8-Ball. You're going to see Andrew and Anna Cursor's phone number on there. Preston, work with me. We'll get it together, though.
Okay, perfect.
So what's your email address, AJ?
Preston and I are already in contact. He's the new Voice Smart sales guy.
Oh, okay, got it. Any other questions? All right then. Well, then we're done early. We're at 25 minutes. So yeah, that's done. So AJ or Janet will be sending out the videos, the how-to videos, the recaps, the process for everyone. Thanks everyone for taking the time. I know your time is valuable. And yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
One last thing, I'm sorry about those videos. Are they going to be sent out? I mean, I'm assuming they're just going to be sent out directly to our email. We just kind of wait for them to show up. AJ, do you know?
I do not. Are we going to be sending out just the recording or the links? It'll probably
We're just going to be sending out links, the links that play the video live. So yeah,
Okay.
sit tight. We'll go ahead and look at the registration and then send it out to everyone that was signed up.
So those how-to videos, are they already up? Because I know you guys have the library on your TAG website. Are they there or are they not there yet?
No, they're not there yet.
Okay. All right, that's fine. If you're sending them out, then I don't need to dig in for them. So that's even better.
Yeah, I figured that'd make it a little easier on everybody.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
All right. Well, unless there are any other last questions, I think that's it for us. So thanks everybody for taking the time. Really appreciate it, and we will see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.